Welcome everyone to Talia Talks podcast. You are here with your host, Talia Talks. I hope you're all doing well and ready to take in this energy to leave with growth and inspired thoughts. What is happening? How's everybody feeling? I hope everyone's doing solid. It has been a minute since I have been on here. I'm back and I'm ready to vibe and talk with you guys. Fill you guys in on my life. I feel like I've been MIA. It is all for good reason. I feel like I've been taking a lot of time out for myself. Of course, the day that I am sick and I'm not feeling well, I'm just like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to record a podcast. So here I am. I always love to start off my podcast with asking you guys how you have been. So I want you to take a moment to find yourself where you are, wherever you are, and think about how have you been deeply with your emotions, physically, spiritually. Just how have you been? Are you fueling yourself with what you're supposed to be fueling yourself with? Are you spending time with the people that you're supposed to be spending time with? Are you checking in with yourself? Are you taking breaks when you need to be taking breaks? Are you giving thanks every single day? Taking care of yourself, period, right? I am at a time in my life where I have literally have had no fuel to continue or no desire to see the next day, right? And it happens. We're human. I honestly know that I'm not alone on this. A lot of folks have moments in time where they want to give up, right? No matter what it is. It could be a spiritual challenge, a physical challenge, an emotional challenge, a financial challenge. This year for me has been pretty much all of the above, and it has interrupted me physically, emotionally, sometimes spiritually, right? And I feel like the cherry on top was everything that was going on back out in the Middle East and is continuing to go on in the Middle East. And I honestly, this is not what my podcast is about, but if you're not informed, I just want to encourage you to inform yourself and do your own research. I just want to take a moment and give thanks for being where I am right now in this moment, because what's going on in the rest of the world is just absolute, utter sadness and inhumane. So I just want us to take a minute to give thanks and send out love and many prayers to places on this earth that really need it. Moving forward, though, it has been a year of, I want to say, hell for me. I have been asked on my YouTube channel, like, yo, where have you been? I post a lot of dental hygiene videos. I post random ASMR videos, just random videos on YouTube. And it's so crazy and so humbling that so many people can relate to me or ask me like, yo, where have you been? Like, I feel like I've been lost too. Talk to me. It's very humbling because it reminds me that I'm not alone. I have been a hygienist for, let's just put it like this. I graduated hygiene school in 2020, and I was working as a hygienist for 2 years, 2020 until obviously 2022, pushing to 2023, because I got my permit at the end of the year. So I was making very good money. I was blessed enough to work for a very great provider, doctor, and I got a nice chance to take my exam. It was literally my 5th attempt to pass my exam, and I failed by a 74. You need a 75 to pass. It is not based on like a point like system. Like, okay, if you get 100 answers or questions correct, it's 100 that you'll get on the exam. It's more of like, you need to know how to take a test in order to answer the questions correctly. So they give you like 4 questions or 1 question, 4 answers. Out of all those answers, 1 of those answers are correct. You have to pick the best one. Obviously, I'm not a great test taker. I never was. I even got accommodated to take the test in a separate room with more time, because I am one of those people that have anxiety and ADHD. So I was clinically diagnosed with this. I was accommodated, and I still failed my exam. I have been working multiple jobs. I have been teaching yoga classes. I coach a high school varsity volleyball team. I am a personal, I guess, one-on-one assisted stretch person. We call them flexes where I work. So as you can see, I've just been working like random jobs just to make some kind of income. Mind you, all these jobs collectively do not equate to what I was making as a hygienist. So it has been a financial struggle for me. I am so beyond blessed that I have my parents to have me live under their roof, because it is so hard out there. It's so hard out there. It's not even funny. I have lost sleep. I have been on a verge of like literally giving up. So the reason why I am putting myself out here so vulnerably on this podcast is to remind you where I was prior to entering the dental hygiene program, where I was when I graduated the dental hygiene program, and where I am now today, 3 years post-graduation. Wherever you are on your journey, no matter the place, the time, the circumstances, there will always be those fluctuating moments. And I feel like in this moment and this time, especially this time of just struggle, I have felt so alone. And you know, we're so busy on social media trying to look for that temporary satisfaction, and I have yet to find such satisfaction that can make me feel like I am not alone. I have felt very alone and just lost, and completely just depressed. I have been at the heaviest weight that I've ever been in my life. Like, this is the heaviest I've ever been. I've just been very low, right? And I'm on here speaking to you guys because we've all been at the very low, right? And we continue to fight battles by ourselves, or we feel like we're fighting battles by ourselves. And in reality, I like to believe that my battles are already fought. They're already victorious, right? By the universe. I believe in destiny. I believe in fate. I believe in a higher power, right? I don't want to make this podcast about religion. I just want to remind you that there is literally the light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, come on. There really has to be. Like, there is no way. I've studied all these freaking years and busted my ass to be in a place where I'm like, my life is completely just what it is right now. Like, literally. It's so routine and I'm so tired. Like, my body is just so tired, and I just literally am waiting for breakthrough. And this is just me, right? These are just my thoughts every single day. And I'm sure I'm not the only person that thinks this way, right? And then you put on the news or you are on social media and you see all this pain, right? All this pain. And I don't want to make it political. I don't want to bring up politics. I don't want to bring up really just human life that is suffering. I don't want to make that what this podcast is about. Please forgive me if I keep steering in that direction, but it's just complete and utter just sadness what you see on social media. And I'm a part of it. It's just the consumption of noise, right? That does not fulfill us. So it's good to feel your emotions of sadness. It's good to feel your emotions of depression by yourself, right? Stay at home and just sleep and try to look deep within and accept where you are in your life rather than be consumed, right, in this plethora of just chaos and bullshit on Instagram, on social media. It's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. I am one to steer more towards, poetry or music or prayer, really. Or I just go full blown, like, straight shutdown mode. Or food. Food is comfort, right? My point is that I feel like where we are in this moment in time is exactly where we need to be, as cliche as that sounds, or as just repetitive as it sounds, I guess. But it's just incredible when you look back at where you were, the person you were, just emotionally, spiritually, physically, and just how much you've evolved, right? And just the grit. Like, if I was going through this right now, let's just say 6, 7, 8 years ago, like, I would not be able to handle losing my job, losing myself, losing my identity almost. Honestly, it's just incredible when you sit back and you humbly just take every loss as a humble loss. And I'm taking this moment to just show gratitude and appreciation for how far I've come in this time of disappointment, right? In this time of just sadness, in this time of complete loneliness. And I look back and I say, wow, I have built amazing relationships with my student athletes, and they have I see a reflection of myself in each and every one of these players, and they have brought so much happiness and fulfillment, and it's just so amazing. It's those little things. It really is the little things, and so many doors of creativity, of just community have opened for me being where I am right now. That it's humbling, and it's just eye-opening for me. So, I just want to say that no matter where you are in your journey, right? It's always a step forward towards something new or something different. We oftentimes look at failures as disappointments in the worst of ways, and we're like, that's it, our life is completely over. There's no way out of this. But there's always a way. There's always a way out. There's always something better. I mean, we don't see it, but it is so important to not lose hope, not lose faith. And again, I don't want to bring religion into this, but it is something that I have never been disappointed by, is the fact that you have to believe in the things that you can't see, right? That's faith. You have to sit back and take those humble losses. And those wins, every win is a humble win. It's what I tell my girls. And it's amazing because I'm like, wow, I haven't been in clinical practice in almost a year now. And I miss it so much. Like, I miss my patients. But I'm already getting ready to study, right? And take my exam again. And it's just so wild. Like, I feel so strong, but I'm so weak. And it's so amazing how everything comes full circle, because no matter what experience that you're going through, it's like a metaphor. I can relate to my ancestors back home, and it's like, holy shit, like, they're weak, but they're so strong, and again, I'm not bringing political shit into this, but I'm in a state of just absolute wow. Like, the reflection of just life and life's experiences and what you go through, and just the things that you really truly care about, and the things that truly have meaning in life, like, you can really sit down and relate to, and you can feel in the most beautiful ways. You're just reminded here on this podcast that no matter how weak you feel, there is that fire within you that just somehow gets through the madness of life, the unfairness that we feel of life. I'm on here again being vulnerable and just sharing my thoughts, because this is a moment where many people really need to look within, right? Instead of looking in the wrong places. I feel like the answer is within us. And it's incredible when you sit back and you're like, you know what? It's a humble loss. It's a humble loss, or it's a humble win, and you keep pushing forward. It's just wild. It's absolutely wild. I am just, it has been a pleasure to sit here and let you all know how I've been feeling. I literally called out sick today because I am sick and I feel like shit. And I'm like, you know what? I'm vulnerable right now. I'm going to get on this podcast and I'm going to say what I have to say right now. And I hope I was able to reach someone or have someone to relate to, or someone could relate with me. But yeah, it has been a pleasure being on here with you. I will catch you in the next podcast. Over and out.